Roy Darcy was an American film actor of the silent film and early sound period of the 1930s, noted for his portrayal of flamboyant villains. He appeared in 50 different films between 1925 and 1939, such as The Temptress in 1926 with actresses such as Greta Garbo. Biography. Roy Darcy was born as Roy Francis Giusta in San Francisco but educated in Europe and studied painting in Paris. After several years of traveling and various business ventures in South America and Asia, he returned to the United States and decided to become involved in the theater. He was hired as a singer in several touring theatrical companies. In the early 1920s, he spent some time in vaudeville. Darcy was performing his show on a Los Angeles stage when he was spotted by director Erich von Stroheim, who thought Darcy was just right for the part of the villainous, arrogant Prince Mirko in The Merry Widow. Von Stroheim had wanted to play the part himself, but was forbidden from doing so by MGM production head Irving Thalberg. It was a troubled production, from which von Stroheim was fired, brought back, then fired again, but the film was a great critical and financial success. With the success of film, he was cast in several other MGM productions as the head villain, such as Beverly of Graustark. He developed a revue he took to Broadway in 1928, called The Greatest Array of Talent Ever Assembled on Any Bill in This Country, which consisted of singers, dancers, and Darcy himself walking out into the audience and telling stories of his travels around the world. Darcy made the transition from silent film very well, and played a succession of foreigners, both villainous and otherwise, in films of the early 1930s. However, as acting styles changed because of the introduction of sound, Darcy's unique florid style went out of fashion, and in a few years he was reduced to doing small, low-budget pictures for lower independent studios, such as Broadway to Cheyenne for Monogram Pictures and Discarded Lovers for Tower Pictures. He did though have noted roles in a serial for Mascot Pictures Corporation, The Shadow of the Eagle, starring a young John Wayne, and in his second serial, The Whispering Shadow with Bela Lugosi. By the mid-1930s, Darcy continued playing villainous roles in a number of low-budget productions including Revolt of the Zombies, Captain Calamity and Under Strange Flags. His final film was to be a major one. In the Ginger Rogers, Fred Astaire musical The Story of Vernon and Irene Castle in 1939, which received widespread acclaim. Finishing his film career around the age of 45, Darcy retired to his own real estate business. He died in 1969 and was buried at Montecito Memorial Park in Colton, California.